So today I will be sharing a Bible story that would help tie into the message that I'm trying to convey in this video today, basically. So it is the story of Nehemiah, the children of Israel, Sanballat, and Tobiah. If you paid attention in Sunday school, you will probably know about this story. Nehemiah and the children of Israel embarked on a project to rebuild Jerusalem. Jerusalem had been laid waste, right? And there was nothing there anymore. And they took on this project to rebuild the wall from nothing, from scratch, to revive Jerusalem basically. Sanballat and Tobiah would come around and make fun of them while they worked. They even went as far as saying that if a fox ran atop the building would collapse. But as time went by, Sanballat and Tobiah observed that the project was taking shape. It was beginning to take shape. The wall was looking good. It was rising tall. It was looking impenetrable. So what did they do? They got threatened, right? And they decided to conspire. They decided to conspire against the children of Israel and forge alliances with the Arabs, the Ashdodites, and the Ammonites to launch an attack against the children of Israel. Of course, the children of Israel were very vulnerable during that time because they were just building a wall with their families. Let's not forget, it was everybody, it was all hands on deck. So they were in a really vulnerable place. And of course, they got wind of this conspiracy against them. And like every human reaction, they were scared, they were worried, they were unsure. But they sought the face of God and got the wisdom necessary to take the next step. What did they do? This is the point I'm getting to. They planned and they prepared themselves. They had people on standby that were on the defense, ready to spot any attack coming in. And then the builders, those that were constructing the wall, were also armed. If you read that story, it is in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4. If you read the entire chapter and you also read chapter 5, you would see that the people that were building the wall also had weapons. So they built with one hand and they held their weapons with the other hand. They were not taking any chances. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say basically that God is not coming down from heaven to save me and you. God is not coming down from heaven to deliver us from bad governance in this country. And this message is really to Christians. God is not going to make himself flesh to fight our battles in this country. Christians really need to understand that. You will not dispute the place of prayer. Prayer is very important, but you cannot pray, pray, and pray and do nothing. I want to encourage Christians to be very open and very vocal about their displeasure and their hatred for bad governance. I don't want them to hold back. I don't want them to cower because there's no point. It's so bad to the point where Christians themselves don't even engage in politics because it is the devil's game. So why are we surprised that devils are the ones ruling our country? Why are we surprised that devils are literally turning this country upside down? We refuse to participate in politics. We felt like it's the devil's game. We cannot really do anything. We cannot really make any change. But then, if we cannot make any change, so what is the point of the Bible verse that says, "Let your light so shine"? We are supposed to be light, right? So if we actually step into that space of politics, we should be able to make a difference one by one. We should be ready to put ourselves out there, but we're not. We're just sitting in the church, hiding in the church 24/7, praying and praying and praying, hoping that somehow with our prayers, angels will come down from heaven and save us. No, angels will not come down from heaven. This is not the Old Testament. They will not come down. We have the foresight, we have the wisdom, we have the resources, but we're not applying any of them. And I think I want to say that maybe we're not doing this because we are just as bad as the devils that rule this country. Maybe you don't want to participate in politics or you don't want to be so outspoken about the whole thing because you are just as bad. Maybe in your place of work, you are part of the people that forge documents, add zeros, and makes life unbearable for people in the office. Maybe you are just as bad. So this should be a food for thought. God is not coming down from heaven to save me and you. Read your Bible. There were times they had to take it by force. The kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent ones take it by force. The kingdom of Nigeria is suffering violence. We have to take it by force. Read the Bible.